we have 4 or 5 that come in maybe to fill in those extra skill spots when it comes to special teams. The long snapper is Carson Klinger, and we've talked about the long snapper before, or the snapper in general. We got Dax Griffin, who's just moved to center this year, and so far has done a great job. And that's literally where the play starts.
That's right. Yeah, it all starts with the ball. The center, Dad always said the center is the smartest one on the field because he's got to know the cadence, the snap count. He's got to know who he's blocking. He's got to get the ball to the quarterback, whether it's the direct snap, right, where the quarterback's right over center, or a lot of times
you have to deal with.
Yeah, because you're looking at who you're going to block and worrying about the ball back to the quarterback.
So that long snapper for the special teams is Carson Klinger, the punter, and we've called his name quite a few times, even with victory that we ended up over Coweta. We punted several times, and we kicked off, obviously. And, that's number 99, Zevlon Balong, I believe is pronounced that, and talked about in that last Tuesday when the FNB Players of the Week talked about how deep he was punting and kicking, and several was looking toward the back of their own end zone.
That's right.
Maybe at the 20. I think probably the best field position they had was maybe the 35.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
As the Bulldogs come on to the field, and also number 99 kicker at some point, he and the sophomore number Butler are trading in and out on extra points, and
to get that experience and find out, they may share the job. It is a team. So one night, maybe an off night for one of them. But anyway, they are both getting experience there, kicking PATs and field goals. But, Zevlin has been having the kicking duties on the kickoff, done a good job as the Bulldogs have taken the field, and the band scurries down to the north end zone.
Speaking of kickoffs, look like they're trying to have a kickoff return there as all of them are sprinting to the end. Looks like Tahlequah is going to receive to start the game, so the Bulldogs will kick away. I really didn't pay attention to the coin toss. I'm assuming that maybe Wagoner won the toss and elected to defer the second half.
Very possible. I didn't catch it either.
It seems to be kind of the popular trend now in football, to defer to the second half and let the Tigers, of course, going to elect to receive, tease it up for the way.
I kind of specialized on offense, so for me, mentally, I always wanted the ball. I always wanted to go score, set the tone for the game, and 7 points on the board.
Right.
But you can also do that on defense. You can set the tone on defense just as well.
This will be number 21 for the Tigers. He catches it at the 21, and he is stacked up at the 30.
With a late flag.
Uh-oh. For 32 for the able to make the stop.
DJ Pierce, and you said 32. That's Bryce Steele.
Okay.
And then Avon Goodland was in there too, number 10.
All right.
On the stop. So we had a late flag come in from the way back by midfield. So they're discussing it. I didn't see anything that caught my eye. I usually catch things pretty quick on a penalty, or when I apologize in advance because when the ball hits the ground, you may hear me scream ball really loud. So
they actually, it's going to be a personal foul against the Tigers on this opening kickoff. That'll be a 15-yard penalty as the Tigers will now start deep in their own territory. Ball will be placed just outside. Well, they're going to place it at the 16. And they'll have it 1st and 10 from there. It was number 21, Chris Perry, on the return for the Tigers. And looks like it's going to be number 12, Cash McElvain.
McElvain, yep. And quarterback?
Quarterback for the Tigers. He'll hand off over the left side, big hole, crosses the 20 to the 21. Swanson, Charbonneau, and I think Steele in on the stop. And that's number 10, Caden Waits, and Johnny's going to pick up 5 on first down.
Yeah, he got 5. That's good yardage on first down. The Bulldogs, we usually run like about a 3-4 defense. That means we have 3 men up front with 2 outside defensive ends or linebackers, and then sometimes we have 2 or 3 in the middle linebacker position. So we give different looks.
2nd and 5 from the 21 for the Tigers.
Charbonneau blitzing.
McElvain looking outside.
Nice defense.
That's number 2. Is that Ford?
That is Decaden Ford
All right.
on the deflection there. On the right side.
McElvain looking for, I believe that was Antwine, and Ford able to time that one pretty well.
Yeah, he anticipated just what he was supposed to do. He broke on the route and got a hand out in front with no interference. So good defense technically there. So that'll bring up as they set up in shotgun formation, bring a man in motion here.
McElvain rolls to his right, looking downfield, now throws it and
Incomplete.
can't pick it up off the carpet. So that falls incomplete. I believe that was Miller.
Yep,
on
Gavin
the
Miller.
coverage.
Gavin Miller on the defense. He's got good size. He's 6 foot 205 linebacker. What we call on the Willie side, weak side linebacker. Usually referred to as the weak side linebacker as Willie. The strong side linebacker is Sam. And then Mike is in the middle for the middle linebacker.
Now, I'm not real sure if they still use those terms, John, but those are the terms we're definitely used to.
That's right.
As the punter punts it away for the Tigers, this is Ford on the return. Decaden Ford makes one tackler miss, makes a second, and then the third, fourth, and fifth guy get to him. But still, the Bulldogs are going to have good field position at the Tigers' 41-yard line after about a 7 or 8 yard from Decaden Ford.
That's pretty much right on the 40 with the stripe.
Mm-hmm.
South. Oh, no, it moved it back to the 41. So great field position for the Bulldogs. I mean, I'd take this every time if we're talking field. That's a win for us. So let's see what we can do here. We've got 4 split out with Shield Knight in motion.
Now Edward in the background with Charbonneau. He'll take it. No, that's a fake to him as Charbonneau takes it across the 40 and carries a couple of tacklers with him as he usually does and gets to the 36-yard line. Johnny picks up 5 on what seemed like a pretty simple play.
Right. Yeah, it could have faked the cameraman out. That was a pretty good fake there as he faked the handoff on the left side. So actually run that play now and hand off to it. There's a big hole.
Trenton Edwards spins, still on his feet, running hard, and he is across the 20 to the 19-yard line on, John, we talked about this last week, whatever you want to call it, end around, jet sweep.
Jet sweep is what I like.
And Edward running hard and gets to the 20.
We do have a flag laying there on 35 across the way. Most likely that play could be coming back as the Bulldogs are. Yeah,
now I see it.
It's blended, yeah.
It is literally sitting on that line.
Yellow and white. Yeah,
line.
Yellow and white's hard to see. But looks like that one's going to be coming back. Oh.
So it is against the Bulldogs. And
I'm not familiar with that gesture. I can't remember what that one is. He had a head to the side of his temple.
Yeah.
But I cannot remember what that signal is.
That is it illegal crackback, baby?
I can't remember.
Either way, it's the 15-yarder, so it may
major penalty.
Yeah, that's not a common call that you see, but we are all the way back to the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 20 now for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau,
quarterback draw,
right up the middle. And he gets across the 45, back into Tiger territory to the 44-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and long.
I'd give him 7 on that. So, yeah, we're up for the Bulldogs. So let's see if we can convert here. On offense, you really don't want the 3rd and long, but we've got players to be able to convert that. Make sure we're on side here.
3rd and 13 is the official count. Here's a backside screen to Swanson. But well played
52.
by number 52
yeah,
for the Tigers.
He read that.
Cash Jones
yep.
Cashing in on maybe some film prep there.
Yeah, he sniffed that one out. He knew exactly what the play was going to be. He came from, I think, the defensive tackle position. He saw that and just went out to the flats and made the stop. Brings up 4th down for the Bulldogs. 4th and 13. I lost a yard. 4th and 14.
Balalong will punt it away, high up, end over end, bounces sideways.
I think we got it.
I think we did too.
Look at there.
That's number 10,
Special
Ava
teams.
Goodland. Special teams coming up big. Thought for sure, John, that was going to bounce into the end zone, and then it just went sideways and kept going sideways.
And he hustled down there, was able to grab it without touching the end zone, because if you touch that ball and you have a foot or toe in the end zone, then it's a touchback. So it looks like it's on about the 2-foot line. So the Bulldogs will take over on defense. As Tahlequah comes back out on its second possession. We got celebrity night. We got Deadpool here in the audience.
Yeah, with the Hello Kitty backpack. So the Tigers will absolutely have their back up against their own end zone as the ball is placed at the 1-yard line. Here's a handoff over the left side in the end zone.
They give him a foot.
Yeah, he lost a half a yard, and which is just a little over half a yard too much.
This is almost backs against the wall for Tahlequah.
Now inside the 1, the Tigers, McElvain from the shotgun, trying to get a little daylight here.
Yeah, let's not jump off sides, Bulldogs. let's just be patient.
It was 1st and 10. Now we'll call it 2nd and 10. McElvain rolls to his right and
got a false start.
False start against the Tigers. The ball is going to be just outside.
Let's back them up at the distance and let's move it 6.
Now we're 2nd and 10 3/4.
That's right. The center's got to be careful when he touches it, if he doesn't move it back. Quarterback pressure.
McElvain. Oh, he almost stepped out of bounds, and now he just throws it away. The referee was right there, so he did not step out, but it was close because you saw how he kind of awkwardly shifted to the side.
Right.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 3/4 now for the Tahlequah Tigers, as they just not able to get much going here when they're sniffing out of their own end zone. McElvain from the shotgun on a 3rd and long.
Checks to the sidelines, so make sure they're got the ball. Timeout.
And timeout as the 25-second clock was almost to 0. So 8:05 left the first quarter. No score for either team. This is the Tigers' second possession. If you're just now joining us, the Tigers took the opening kickoff and 3 and out for the Tigers. The Bulldogs get it and get first down, and then I think we punt.
We had a penalty.
A couple penalties to go
major penalty, set us back 15 yards. So that put us back on the other side of the 50 when we had field position to start with on the 41. So we backed up here on a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, backed up against their own goal line. So they're probably going to try to run it pretty safe, I would imagine.
I would think so as well, John. It's just really early to be taking some gambles here.
Yeah, a lot of times you just want to run somebody right up the middle just to give your punter an extra 3 or 4 yards to work with. I'm going to have to reset the play clock.
Okay.
We didn't get it right here.
Scoreboard here at WL Stadium seems to be in better moods than it was last week, at least early on here in this game. Here's McElvain across the middle. I think that was Bryce Steele jumping into that. Now we have a late flag come in.
They were just trying to dump it over the middle there to number 7, who is Elvis Myers.
Okay.
There is Elvis is in the building.
And I think we may have a roughing the passer call here. We got one of the Bulldog coaches pass interference, because we see one of the Bulldog coaches down there signifying that maybe the ball was tipped.
Yeah, I thought Bryce might have got a hand on it. He had both hands up, and it might have went right through. But if he brushed it, that would not be pass interference. But we don't have the fortunate replay here in high school level.
I think that unfortunately, we most of the coaches down there have white shirts on. The coach down there with black shirt on is signifying the tipping, but neither one of them have black and white on.
That's
and
right.
That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
So
Well,
after
good-
a 15-yard pass interference call, we've got the Tigers at their own 15 now with a 2nd and 9 after a small gain on a run play on first down. 2nd and 9 from the 16.
Yeah, Jeremy, Cale Charbonneau just darted in there from his linebacker position and put his head down and took his legs out. So they really got no gain there. He was quick to react on that offensive play.
We'll call it 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. McElvain with the handoff over the left side, and that is Steele in the backfield to make the tackle.
And what would the soup Nazi say, Jeremy?
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
He's actually going to lose one, a little more than one, actually. So we'll call it 3rd and 11 from the 15 for the Tigers. As the Bulldog defense early on here just not giving up anything.
Yeah, not giving up anything. Setting the tone.
And as here comes McElvain rolling to his right, looking downfield.
Get him,
pressure
Hayden.
put
Get him,
on.
Hayden. Oh.
Makes one tackler miss. He's
Cale.
still now running for his life, and that is
Swanson.
able to shove him out of bounds.
Yeah, Hayden Von Holt had a chance at him in the backfield, but the quarterback too elusive, got away from him.
McElvain gets back to
Got a yard.
got about
4th and
a
9.
couple of yards to the 17, but it's going to be 4th and long. So the the Tigers will have to punt. Number 14, Michael Torkelson, will be punting for the Tigers, and back deep to receive is number 2, Decaden Ford. Low line drive punt. Ford's going to pick it up.
He's got something here. He's got something.
Down the sidelines.
Cut back.
Cuts back to the middle.
All right.
And number 20 for the Tigers, able to make that tackle.
Nice.
Probably a touchdown saving tackle for Ashton Morgan as Ford returns it to the Tiger 8-yard line. That's about a 37-yard punt return, and you'll take that any day.
I'll take that off. That's awesome. Good return. Got it on the first hop. Had some great blocks here to set it up on the Bulldog sidelines. Anytime I always do a punt return, a kick return, I always set it up on our sidelines.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the Tiger 8-yard line. Charbonneau from the shotgun, Edward in the backfield with him. This will be Edward over the left, goes back to the middle, twist to about the 1-yard line. We've talked about the special teams already, John, several times before tonight and now tonight. And we saw it on the last punt, pinned them back deep. Tigers, when you get that deep, your playbook gets really skinny.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Or to go with the same theme there is Charbonneau takes it straight up the middle. Yep. He walks in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. When you're pinned that deep, the playbook gets real shallow.
That's true. That's true. And good for the Bulldogs there with the good return on the punt return by Decaden Ford. Sets us up for a quick score. Cale Charbonneau walks in from 1 yard, 1 yard out.
Yep. As Edward got it to just about the goal line, and then Charbonneau finishes off in a 2nd and goal. This will be number 23, Rhett Butler, for the extra point attempt. Mattson Swanson on the hold. That kick is up and good. The Wagoner Bulldogs 7, Tahlequah Tigers 0. 5:48 left in the first quarter, and we'll see if try to catch up on some comments here. MW Doug, appreciate that in our chat room, and that makes sense. John, targeting.
It's targeting.
The fist to the side of the helmet.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I won't forget that. Targeting, fist to the helmet.
Yeah, we some issues at least at home. It may be on our end. We'll try to do some adjusting here. We do appreciate those that have lost. Looks like Shirley Hartsville, Tennessee. So Hirsch says go Kale. So thank you, Miss Shirley, for logging on Bulldogs, even if it might be a little choppy right now. Belong to
Good
kick
high
it away.
kick.
Going to be fielded at about the 13. And number 22 for the Tigers will return it across the 25 to the 8-yard line. Zeston Carshall. The Tigers.
And for DJ Pierce. And I did see his arms in there trying to strip that ball out as he wrapped the Tiger around, trying to get a turnover. One thing on defense, you do want to is to try to punch a ball out. You want to make the tackle first, but you want to strip the ball out at times or punch. You'll see that defense creates a turnover. So Tahlequah Tigers come back on offense for their fourth